Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Report reaching us right now is that La Corona Royale, stormed the palace of the Ooni of Ife with their official to sign document with Olori Naomi. And Naomi had to come from Lagos, the royal mansion, to meet with them at the palace of the Ooni of Ife. They said it was a royal shock in the morning, and they said the late morning sky over Ile-Ife was clear when the twin rotor blades of La Corona Royale helicopter cut through the air and sat down on the marbled path just behind the palace, back gate, where their helipad is, okay? A low hum, lingered as the aircraft came to rest. La Corona's delegation, 10 officials in matching deep indigo, okay, trimmed with silver, braid, stood in formation at their head. Baroness Marcella Villanova checked her watch, then gave a signal nod. Moment later, Queen Naomi emerged from her own helicopter. She wore a tailored navy blazer over a white silk blouse and straight legs trouser embroidered at the hem with tiny gold, stones. Tadenikawo had a 4-year-old son, followed, okay? The Ooni of Ife stood on the, bottom step of the main stairways, flanked by 3, Oloris dressed in their customary white asoke gowns. They bowed just once and extended their hands. Queen Naomi placed her palm in, his. No word passed between them. Tradition dictates that until the 3 full moon ritual is completed, any moment they share must be sealed in silence, okay? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dela Ram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the sources still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. I love you. My people, if you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you, people. Yes, so as we are hearing what is going on, they say Baroness Villanova stepped forward, held on a brass tube, and the palace chancellor retrieved the accord of renewed alliance, okay? Baroness Villanova broke the seal, unrolled the volume, and passed it on to Queen Naomi. Ink already laid at the ready. With a firm stroke, Queen Naomi signed on the dotted line. The collective intake of bread from both delegations was, audible but brief. The accord would find joint cultural programs, youth exchange, and restoration of historic shrines in both realms, okay? Now, they say that was official. Like when they came, they didn't waste so much time. They went straight to business. They said the Ooni of Ife accepted the document, rolled it back into the tube, and tucked it under his arm. He gave a short, speech to Baroness Villanova, who inclined, her head in return, okay? Baroness Villanova and delegate the bowed before the Ooni of Ife, the royal and the traditional father of the Yoruba people. They said the 2 delegations formed a tight circle around the Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, where there was no applause. Such display would breach protocol under the secrecy clause. But the Ooni of Ife's satisfaction showed in the slight upturn of his lip and a brief sparkle in his eyes. Now, a lot of people have been asking a lot of questions about having pictorial representation of the Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, and some of these things that are happening, they cannot be together. It's important to understand that there is this oath of secrecy, and whatever, meetings or whatever they do, Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi for now is supposed to be hugely confidential. Like, it's not supposed to come out there until, the 3 moon ritual is done. If not for the fact that Even us, our oversabi is too much, okay? Busybody, all too much. All of these things, we are not even supposed to be saying them, okay? And 8, gesture towards the palace moon garden courtyard, past the main stairway. La Corona's official and Ife's elders followed the royal pair along the wide stone path. Tadenikawo was skipped ahead, picking up fallen petals from the garden, trays at her mother's side. Okay, and they said it's been a very great thing that the La Corona, they came and they signed, okay, that a contract with Olori Naomi. They said this has been a moment of great satisfaction to the Ooni of Ife. The Ooni of Ife is so happy. The Ooni of Ife has celebrated. And while this was all happening in the palace, Oletik had already gone to Lagos. Oletik had an assignment in Lagos to go represent Iyabojo's family in Lagos. You do know that Iyabojo and the daughter went from Lagos to to Ile-Ife to meet with the Ooni of Ife, to invite the Ooni of Ife for that event. But because of this La Corona thing that has been going on, Ooni of Ife could not make it, so Ooni of Ife had to send Oletik to Lagos to go and represent him in Iyabojo's meeting. And they say other Oloris were in the palace, Ebony crying, every other person feeling really sidelined, feeling so bad over the fact that Queen Naomi just had the best part of everything. After all, they are struggling, they are maneuvering, their manipulation, their everything. Queen Naomi just got it all at a platter of gold, because Queen Naomi didn't have to lobby, she didn't have to do anything. She sat down there and everything came to her, okay? They say when the La Corona finally, their group, delegation finally entered the palace of the Ooni of Ife, they couldn't believe it. You know that these are people who descended from Ile-Ife, and, during slave trade and everything, everybody is scattered, okay? You see the Yoruba people scattered all over the world. So are other people, just as you have Black Americans in America and all of that. They said the La Corona officials watched closely, noting every moment in Ile-Ife. They were very happy to have some of them to have entered their motherland for the first time. They had practiced the sequence for weeks, but none had witnessed it before. When they said, in fact, just seeing herbalists in Ile-Ife was something that meant so much to them, they say when the herbalist tapped the rim of the empty, goblet with a slender gold rod, the sound echoed off the courtyard walls. The Ooni lifted his chin just enough to meet Queen Naomi's gaze, and she gave the tiniest of nod, okay? An usher stepped forward carrying a wooden box made from local Iroko wood, born in brass. He placed it on the table and opened the lid. Inside the lid, the final seals, small clay stamp engraved with La Corona's crown son. And if, after that, they now broke Ife kola nut. Each side would imprint it marked before filling the box. This is a whole lot. It's a whole lot that happened in Ile-Ife, as we are hearing. They said they rejoicing, like everybody was rejoicing. In the palace of the Ooni of Ife, there are a lot of people who love Olori Naomi so much, who were very sad about the things happening to Olori Naomi. And right now, as we are speaking, they say these people are coming up and they are speaking, and they are so happy about what is going on right about now. Going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.